Hello and welcome to my weekly garden update. It shouldn't be quick. I know I tend to get a little wordy, so I'm going to try to make this a little quicker. Squirrels dug up a lot of my edamame this year. I got 3 packets and they had 25 seeds approximately in each from my gardener. And so I was able to replant some. I won't get as many as I expected, but maybe they'll have a little more spacing, so maybe the yield will be halfway decent. I always tend to have a problem at the beginning. They always seem like they're a little leggy. I know it's probably because they're not getting full sun because of this fence that the neighbors have. And the sun sets over there. So once the sun gets overhead and gets by this fence, this is pretty much in shade. So they're probably only getting 4 hours of sun. But they have produced. I've had beans here and edamame here last year, and they did halfway decent. Enough to use it as my crop for this side. I was afraid to do anything else that definitely needed more sun. So I will get some, hopefully. You see something took a bite out of that leaf. But you see there are some I have coming up. I had to replace some because the squirrels are just really bad this year, digging up holes, digging up and eating sunflower seeds that I planted, the edamame seeds. But you see I do have some. These are some bush steak hybrid tomatoes over here that I never got around to planting. I started them indoors a while ago, and I never got them out of their little cell packs or module cell trays. That's why they're yellowed and kind of looking a little droopy as in comparison to the ones I'll show you in a second. But I figure I didn't have anything in this corner between the edamame and the sweet potatoes over here. So I figured, well, let me throw them in the ground. They were somewhat root bound and unhappy, so maybe they'll do good now that they're in the ground here. Anyway, moving on to this is a 20-inch pot that I threw a couple of the extra seed potatoes I had. I think it's a Purple Majesty and I think it's a Russet in there, the Russet Rio Grande. I'm not positive. Find out when we dig it up. But as you see, it's flowering. It's been flowering for a couple weeks now, so hopefully there's something growing in there. Here's some the white onions, generic variety. I got them from, I think it was Gurney's, I believe, and they didn't specify the variety name. And it was just white onion set and red onion set. So, but you see them I don't know if you can tell in the video, but you see they're starting to swell up a little bit. Especially like this one here. Those 3 over there, actually. The 3, oh, there's the other one. And the other 2, these ones are a little smaller. These 2, as opposed to those ones. But, we'll see. They still have time. It is hot, and the sweet potatoes are starting to love it. They are, as you can see, this one is probably the best, with the most, it seems to be the most vigorous so far. These 2 over here are doing pretty good. And the other ones and that one there is okay. But then you have ones like this over here, and the rest of them, and this one's doing okay. Some are doing okay, some more than others. These are the better ones, kind of. I'm showing you now. But then you have ones like this here and this here that aren't really doing much of anything. I don't know why. I know it's been a cooler spring for the most part, and a little bit of a heat wave now for the past week, but before that, it's been much below average as far as temperatures go. So I knew that was why they weren't doing great. But I thought they would all be like this. I don't know why. They're kind of holding back. As you see, some are doing much better than others. Like, see over there, you see much less green. Over here, you see much more. I mean, it could be a sun issue, I don't know. So here's one of my garlic patches. Some of them now, this is a hardneck. It's either, I think it's German red or music. A couple of them have, I don't know if it was because of wind or rain, and then the ground got wet, but some of them are flopping over, and they're not brown. The lower leaves are not browned enough, so I don't think they're ready. The scapes have formed. I cut them off. I know some people eat them, make pesto or whatever with them, but I just took them off. I think I saved some in the fridge, but I haven't done anything with them. I just cut them off to help focus the plant's energy to growing a bigger bulb, from what I hear. But I don't know. I'm not sure what to do with those. I'm leaving them in. See how that one down there is like sideways? But anyway, that's that. So I'm going to let those go. You know, people say July seems to be the harvest date, and it looks like they probably will make it to July. Some of them are starting to brown here, but I don't think it's enough. I don't think they're ready, so I'm going to give them more time. Bigger the better, right? Let's see if I can get over to my onions here. I have to step over the garlic and the sweet potatoes. It's just a mass of grassy foliage over here. Can't really see too many. They're kind of flopping over. I mean, I guess you can kind of see me. See if I can zoom in here. Some of them are, I don't know. They're kind of hard to. Oh, there's a volunteer pumpkin or something there. Look at that. Here's a random 4 o'clock seed. Probably when I was composting some of the seeds. I think that's what this is here. Yeah, this one right here, 4 o'clock. And as you see, some more of the garlic over here. And as you see this one, see, it's like sideways. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on with that. And here's kind of a behind angle of the potato beds. This is my root stout bed. It was just several bales of hay and some compost, some unfinished compost, and some shredded and unshredded leaves, and just some weeds that I threw in. And that's all this was. It was literally just thrown on top of that. That's the only part of the actual lawn I have left. But I didn't dig it. I literally just threw the hay on top, set it out last fall, and probably around, I don't know, August or September, and it was there all winter. Kind of mellowed out, got wet, and you know, kind of decomposed down. And then I dug a hole with my bulb planter, 9 inches apart, high intensity planting, which, you know, may lead to a smaller tuber, but I wanted to try 4 different varieties, and I figured, well, I'm not going to waste them. So I had 10 tubers of each, 4 different varieties, and I wanted to use them all. And there used to be a walking path here, which you can kind of see it was there, because the one bed and the root stock bed kind of ends there, and then the other bed is over close to the fence, and over there's a 10-foot long wide walking path there. Well, there was, but as you see, they've grown together, and I've not even tried to get in there. I haven't been able to hill, just with back issues, and just wanted to give it as less effort as possible, little effort as possible. Not really too much watering, especially with the root stout bed. I did see some wilted kind of foliage, burnt kind of foliage. I don't know if that's why it was dry or what was going on, but I did water a few times, as you can kind of see over here somewhere. If I don't think I'm getting that, it's really sunny, so I'm not sure what that is, but I'm not too concerned with that. As you see again over here, some say. But yeah, it's just a complete canopy. You can't see anything. All you see is leaves and stems. So I'm kind of excited what I'm gonna have when I dig these up. Purple Majesty, Princess Lorette Fingerling, Kennebec, and Russet Rio Grande. So I wanted to try russet since they're the, you know, kind of a different kind of, it's the traditional baking potato. So I would like to have some homegrown baked potatoes. Even though I'm not a huge baked potato fan, I wanted to try it since it is kind of a different kind of potato than just a normal, just different colored kind of potato. And yeah, I mean, as you see, just complete cover. So I'm slightly concerned I didn't get to hill too much. I'm more concerned not so much about them turning green, because as you see, there's a lot of canopy cover from all the leaves. Just the fact that the people say that there's more room, it'll create more tubers if you hill. I did hill a little bit, but I'm sure, especially the roost out bed, it probably decomposed down, and I'm definitely going to have to build this back up for next year, because I guess I could use all the foliage and just keep that in, since it should be disease free, but we'll see. There's my compost tumbler. All right, let's move on to the neighbor's yard. Neighbor doesn't use her backyard, she lets me use it for gardening. So I wanted to try Brussels sprouts, and they are slow growing, as I know, but they're doing well. I mean, they are starting to grow. They're a little concerned. I should have thought it through a little more. The potatoes, as you see, the sun sets over there, so the potatoes here, since they're growing, that's a 4-foot fence. As you see, they're about 4 feet. So they are blocking the sun from the, once the sun gets overhead this way, it goes over there and down there. So they're going to lose access to the sun. But in the fall, whatever, I won't let them go too long if the Brussels sprouts are still going, because then I can cut them down and they can get more sun then. So I won't let the potatoes go too long, especially the traditional bed, since it's blocking more of the sun. But as you see here, yeah, Brussels sprouts. I think this is the Mighty hybrid, and as you can see down there, that's where. Hold on, let me get it. See if I can find it here. In there, that's where the sprouts will start to form, and that axis of the leaf joint there. Let me get a better picture there. You can kind of see them starting there, the little buds. But yeah, it'll take time, since they basically grow all season. Alrighty. These ones are getting sun now, just the way the sun goes over the house here. Over here, I planted some mammoth sunflowers. There. I apologize for the sun. I really can't. It's very hard to see here, so I'm not sure what the camera's picking up. And I started some extra flowers just because I have some bear sprouts out front. I can't remember which these ones are. These are either the nasturtiums or something else. I can't even remember what they were. There's the sunflower, and then something else random. It was in a 4-pack of seeds. And as you see, the bush snake hybrids are much happier, because I had actually planted these before they were 2-2 root bound. That one, and that one over there. And this is my test roost out bed over here. I had saved some of my red Pontiacs from last year. In my basement. The eyes, actually, when I planted them this spring, were usually 8 to maybe 8 inches to a foot long. So I was a little worried how they would produce. But if you saw my video uploaded yesterday, I dug up the one that was here and here, or one of them. I can't remember. There was 2 here. I dug up one of the plants, at least one of the plants, and I actually got 5-6 potatoes from it. Like I said, and I can't remember if when I originally planted them, I had planted some that I'd saved from last year, my red Pontiacs, and some store-bought potatoes that we had lying in our pantry that were starting to sprout. So just from the grocery store. So I threw some in. I dug them up. I wasn't sure what they would be, but they turned out to be mine, the ones I'd saved. And this one here, I don't know, again, which one this is. I don't know if this is red Pontiac or some generic store-bought variety. I will let these ones go. I just couldn't help myself. I wanted to see how they were doing. Because, again, literally, I just threw these on top of the ground and covered them with some hay. And that was it. And hay, weeds, grass clippings from when I cut the neighbor's yard here. And so I will find out what these are. I will let these go to full maturity, wait till they die back. And over here are some mammoth sunflowers. I gotta thin these out here. There. There. And there. And there. And as you see down there, it looks like, yeah, well, I had replaced some because, again, squirrels dug them up. But it looks like, for example, here, see how smaller this one is because I had to replant it. I'm trying to keep the squirrels away. It looks like they got that one. And then there's another one there. So they're coming along. All right, let's go to the front yard before this video gets too long. I'm already at 15 minutes. And here are my rose campion. Kind of slow going. I thought they grew a little faster, but they are coming along. Salvias. I'm gonna wrap this up a little bit because it's getting long. The lavender, some volunteer 4 o'clocks that I'm just letting go because, hey, why not? I have a spot here. It's kind of overtaken the lavender, one of the lavenders here, which is starting to bloom, but that's all right. The roses, first flush is done. I really need to go and prune off the old stuff. Not as pretty as they were a few weeks ago. Lavender are starting to bloom. Probably another few days, and I'll be able to make some lavender lemonade. I'm really excited about that. And then I can finally prune this back. It's blocking my front steps. Here's the calendula that overwintered. If you've seen the previous videos, you can see how that's coming along. The dianthus in full bloom. The salvias and basically full blooming. I can't wait to be able to cut these back because it'll make them a little bushier, and because they are starting to flop over. They are really getting tall. I didn't know that they would get quite so tall. My brother kind of warned me that. He said to stake them. I have not staked them. I'm hoping to just let them grow and then prune them back like halfway. The dianthus. Hello. And here's my garlic. Neighbor walked by there. There's the other garlic. See, some of them are starting to kind of flop over, as you see. But they're still in, like this one right here. This is one of the nicer ones. I know the camera angles, I apologize for it. But you see how it's nice and thick there. And again, nice and thick. So we'll see what happens when I dig those up. But see, the lure leaves aren't browning yet, so they should be able to make it to July. More of the salvias, the dianthus, in full bloom now. You see how those are the salvias as it's kind of flopping over there a little bit. So that'll be helpful. That'll be helped when I can prune it back. And if you want to see something else, here's some squirrel damage. Every day with the squirrels. Every day. Alright, well, that's it. Let me give you a picture of the, up there you can see the herbs. But I'm getting hot. I am going to see you next week. Hope you enjoy.